to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Our game here in Detroit, and Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Oh, that's a big let-off there on 3rd down, because you've got to count the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Lions at 4 and 6 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Go off a handoff here to Swift. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Now look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. Lions will jump on top for the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Why are you telling me I can't use Williams? I know that's why I took him out.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
How? How can I use him? What do you mean? You said I can use dude or I can't use dude?
And right away, he lost the football.
Oh, shit.
This is scooped up by the Lions.
How can I use him?
And he's got some space here.
He's back?
And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
Really?
So the defense for and now, as with every potential
I
turnover,
thought I had to sit in the whole
look
season.
at this just to make sure.
If I could use him, I could have made snap. Oh. Okay.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second
You said
down.
you can't. When you wrote me, you said you can't use him, though. I'm not putting him back there. Not bad. Not bad. Get there. Good side.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were
looking for Hawkinson, and he's got it. Touchdown, Detroit. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
No way the
Extra
name
point
is
by
this ass
Seibert,
with the
up and
boys,
good.
man.
And that'll make the score
There's
14-7.
no way, bro. I'm not joining Dickie.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
There's no way, bro.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Chris Ford gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And this is incomplete. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition is so great, and going back essentially to the 4th century of the NFL. I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about the Lions jumping out the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you got football on Thanksgiving Day?
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Lions will take over. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they almost to a man told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult.
You ain't talking to me. Why you watching your screen?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
The fuck? You fucking weirdo.
Oh, niggas weird. Like, niggas just naturally talking about who I'm talking to. Like, what?
Everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus.
I didn't look at the comments.
And it's like, why are you watching my screen? We're playing each other. That shit weird.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now gone. Trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss. And another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him.
No way he said that. What'd you say back?
I said, you watching my screen game?
Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Toward the end zone.
I would have been tight behind it.
Bro, because like, yeah, like.
We don't often talk about it. You can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the
I'm sure that's about to turn my shit off in this system.
Alright, that's good. Is your screen be working now?
I think it do.
On 2nd and 10. Allen. Left side caught by Diggs. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off